Hi friends, in this video we will change the spark plugs. The spark plugs creating a spark in the vehicle ignition systems to ignite the fuel air mixture in the engine cylinder. The spark plug is one of the key components of electrical equipment that convert electrical current into spark that ignites the fuel air mixture. The frequency of the replacement first of all depends on the type of the candles. Nickel ones usually run for 55,000 kilometers. Platinum ones up to 80,000 kilometers. Iridium ones can serve up to 120,000 kilometers. Driving style, car operating condition, and fuel quality have an important influence of the figures. And before starting the video, subscribe to the channel, put like, and don't forget put a bell so as not to miss a new video on the channel. The car began to detonate, twitch. The onboard computer of the car highlighted to check engine error. The onboard computer indicates that the spark plug had failed and a replacement was required. Signs of the malfunction include difficulties when starting the engine. Usually this is accompanied by a long operating of the starter. The engine detonates. The car jerks when driving, pick up speed poorly, it loses traction and power. Significant increase of fuel consumption. An increase in the amount of CO in exhaust gases. Reduce engine dynamic. Inefficient set of revolutions. The reason for their partial or complete failure may be naturally wear and tear, the presence of large amount of soot, the presence of oil on the electrodes, varnish deposits, slag deposits, failure of the central electrode, melting a candle, spark plug connecting wear. Change the candles with a set, not limited to replace only the broken one. If there were single electrode plugs in the car, pictured, replace them with platinum thyroid plugs or multi-electrode plugs with two or more electrodes. Multi-electrode plugs, as a rule, don't need to adjust the gap. They are slowly replaced the old one. Multi-electrode plugs cost 2 or even 3 times more, but will last longer. They are also suitable for use in harsh climate, desert and sandy areas. Replacing spark plugs and glow plugs is a simple product that is available to anyone, even a beginner, a car enthusiast. They require a minimum of tools and expensive. So your car save money because the price of replacing candle at service station and rather big. It's much more important in the situation in identity problems, in time and carry out an audit or replacement of candles. Also use good quality fuel and good oil to prolong life. Consider the symptoms of spark plugs malfunction indicate the condition of the engine. Consider the symptoms of spark plugs malfunction, indicating the condition of the engine. The heat cone, plug body, and electrode are coated in a silky matte black soot. Cause: incorrect mixture regulator, carburetor fuel injector system. The mixture is too rich, the air filter is clogged. The environment device is faulty when starting the engine. Or there was a started thus carburetor choke, frequent tips over short distance, a spark plug too cold, and underestimate glow number. Consequence: misfiring spark, poor starting properties. Remedy: correctly adjust the mixture composition and starting device, check the air filter. Heat cone, plug body and electrodes are coated with oil coke or shiny soot. Reason: too much oil in the chamber. Pistons ring, cylinders, and valve guides are to burn. Consequence: misfiring, poor starting properties. Remedy: repair the engine. Fill with the correct fuel oil mixture. Change the spare plugs. The cone, electrodes, and body of the plug are sometimes covered with orange adhering deposits. It's a metal compound orange in color. Cause: some fuel additives may condition ion. In normal operation, the deposit will form after a few thousand kilometers. Consequence: ion deposits are conductive. Spare gaps occur. Remedy: the spare plugs need to be replaced. Ash deposit from oil and fuel additives is formed on the thermal cone of the insulator in the working mixture cavity, annual gap, and on the side electrode. Reason: alloying components, predominantly from oil, sometimes leave this ash in the combustion chamber and on the thermal cone of the insulator. Consequence: glow ignition with low of power and engine failure. Remedy: engine repair, replacement of spare plugs, possibly adding another oil. Severe wear of the central electrode of spare plugs. The candle looks worn out, frayed with element of deformation. Reason: the candle have not changed for a long time. Consequence: skipping the generation of spark, often during acceleration, due to the fact that the voltage is not longer sufficient for a large gap between the electrodes. Remedy: replace spark plugs. Severe wear of the side electrode of spare plugs. Side electrode is defective, look worn. Cause: aggressive fuel and oil additives. Unfavorable flow condition in the combustion chamber. Consequence: skipping the creative of spark, especially at high speed due to the fact that the gap between the electrodes increases. Remedy: replace spare plugs. That's all guys. Subscribe to our channel and put a like and put bell so as not to miss a new video on the channel.